Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of the Game Pod, and we have a special episode for you today. It's the Ballon d'Or debate. Ballon d'Or debate. Asha said it sounds like a magic trick.
Yeah, my people. It's good to be back. I've been away for some time. I went to Saudi to do some trials, but they said I was too good, so I need to go to Europe. So I said, before I go to Europe, let me transit through Nigeria. But it's good to be back with you guys. I'm looking forward to this episode.
All right, great stuff, great stuff. Kali,
Hi everyone, it's good to be back. As you all know, I went to Paris where I helped Lionel Messi with the Balon d'Or award last night. If you look
Come
closely, I was seated directly behind him.
on.
So when you want to introduce me, you need to add infinity to my name. It's good to be back on the pod.
woo, come on, Kasim.
You
Yeah,
know,
my
get Balon
brother.
d'Or.
This is your number one Arsenal fan. The is the one of Emirates Stadium. The unbeaten, the unbeaten man. The man that drags anybody that comes close. Hello, guys. Good evening.
Oh my god. And you have me, Joseph, your humble host. I didn't travel anywhere. I was watching Super Falcons match. We beat Ethiopia, so that was nice for me. I
Nice
did
one.
home, I did grant. You get this where our work is, where God has put us, and we are going to fulfill it
Sharp.
righteously. All right, so today's episode, we're just going to be discussing the award ceremony, the 67th Ballon d'Or, and it was given to none other than one of the greatest footballers, most likely the greatest footballer that has played the game that we love, Lionel Messi.
Hmm.
I'm not going to add infinity because, well, I am on the side that infinity wasn't supposed to exist. You understand me? Well, yeah, so we're here to like debate and give our pointers on why he deserves or why Haaland or Holland deserves the award. All right, so you just stay tuned and enjoy with us. And afterwards, please share your thoughts in the comments below and just let us know what you think. We like to hear it. All right. So we're going to start with we've divided ourselves. I'll give you some small insight. We've divided ourselves into like a proper team, right? Some of us are pro Messi, some of us are pro Haaland. There's no anti. We're not against. It's just this is who we think should have won it, right? And without further ado, we'll go to Katelem, who thinks, well, hear him, let him tell you for himself.
All right. All protocols duly observed. First of all, I want to correct you, Joseph. The Ballon d'Or wasn't given to Messi. Messi earned the Ballon d'Or. It's his right to have the Ballon d'Or. And why do I say so? We forget that the World Cup is the most prestigious tournament in the world. Any
Thank you.
player right now that's playing, if you meet him and ask, will you drop all your trophies for the World Cup? They would all agree and say yes, they will drop everything. Even Ronaldo will drop everything he has for that World Cup. Everybody knows how important the World Cup is. I see a lot of people trying to downplay the fact that it's a 7 game tournament. But those 7 games, the amount of pressure in just two of those games can be the whole pressure in the whole league. So people need to understand that there's a lot of pedigree, like Callister will say, in the World Cup. But now, let me actually go to Messi himself because I feel like Messi has been a victim of his own success. Usually, we're used to seeing Messi score 60 goals, having 30 assists. Obviously, this season was a little bit under par based on Messi standards. But if you look at it from any other perspective, like if it wasn't Messi, any other player who had Messi stats would and won the World Cup will win the Ballon d'Or. I see a lot of people saying that, when it came to like the last World Cup, which was won by France, They didn't give a player from France. The previous World Cup won by Germany, they didn't give a player from Germany. The previous World Cup that was won by Spain, they didn't give a player from Spain. But when you think about it, there's no player from any of those teams that was standout. If you look at Spain in 2010, 2014, no player there was stand. I'm not saying they didn't have good players, but no, there's nobody you could pick out, right? Now, when you look at Germany, there was also no other player you could pick
Hello?
out. But Argentina, Messi was clearly the standout player. And then when you look at his stats for the season, 41 goals, 26 assists.
Are, are
To
you guys
Messi,
there?
that's not up to his standard, but any other person would know that that is a proper good season for
Can't hear you
anybody.
guys. Huh?
Now, that's in terms of goals and assists, that's 67 goals and
Katelem
assists.
says
Now, when you
Messi
look at
is
Haaland,
infinity.
56 goals, 10
Great stuff, like
assists,
Callister will say.
which is
Great stuff.
66 goals and assists.
All right,
So, in terms of
the
goal
floor is yours,
contributions, Messi
Kasim.
even
Okay,
has more. So, if
okay.
we're going to go by stats, Messi even has more of the stats than Haaland. But when you look at it, even the gameplay leading Argentina to the World Cup, with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you that Messi is infinity.
Won the league that year that Spain also went on to win the World Cup. There's no way you tell me, there's no way you tell me that no Spanish guy deserves to win that World Cup that year. And that year, personally, I was even rooting for Wesley Schneider because Inter had gone through the season and as the Inter won a treble that season, and Schneider also went to the World Cup final, losing to Spain. If you don't give it to either Xavi or Iniesta, then why not Schneider? And guess what? Schneider came fourth place. Somebody that lifted a treble came fourth place. So you wonder what is the yardstick? How? Yeah. So as we're saying, this guy, 2010. I know he said the World Cup is a prestigious award. Yes, we're not doubting that. In the world, the biggest game on planet Earth right now is the World Cup. The second biggest game on planet Earth is the World Cup semi-final. Then the Champions League comes third. That's how important the World Cup is. Then if you're using the World Cup as a yardstick for giving players the World Cup, for giving players Ballon d'Or, then what deprives Xavi and Iniesta of the World Cup, of the Ballon d'Or in 2010? Because these guys won the league, they also won the World Cup, and they came second and third. Are we together? They came second and third. And Schneider did a treble in Inter 2010, that famous treble, and went on and led Holland to the World Cup final and came fourth. I don't understand. How did Messi deserve that World Cup in 2010 if World Cup is a yardstick for giving Ballon d'Or? You understand? So I don't see World Cup as a yardstick. As I'm telling you, as I would always say, that body is compromised. Even the Cristiano Ronaldo that I was rooting for, there are times that Cristiano Ronaldo has been given that award that he didn't deserve it. A clear example is 2013 that Frank Ribery deserves it. So the body is just compromised. People don't give it to people who deserve it. They don't give it to people that they like. And as we know, Messi is a UEFA boy. Platini and Co. They like Messi. So I am not surprised by the fact that they give it to Messi. He's a UEFA boy. They like him so much. So, but you shouldn't tell me that the World Cup is the reason why they gave it to Messi. Yeah.
Kasim, can I ask Kasim a question? So, what was the reason why Lucas Modric was given the Ballon d'Or in 2018 if World Cup is not the reason? Yes, go on.
Hello, can I answer? That is why I said that body. See, you see, that process of giving Ballon d'Or is flawed. Because if Modric, now you just gave me further points. If Modric can get the Ballon d'Or by coming second and winning La Liga, then what deprived Schneider that won the treble and came second? So look at it from this point of view. So they deprived Modric and they're giving it. No, they deprived Schneider and they give it to Modric. So tell me, where is the quality there? Where is the balance?
You're going too far. You're going too far. Not Snyder. You're supposed to be talking about Kellen Pape with France because he won the World Cup and scored a goal as one of the youngest, second youngest player to score a goal at the World Cup. And as well, PSG won the league that season. So if you are talking about the Ballon d'Or in 2018, should be, is it 2018? Yes, in 2018 should be Lucas Modric versus Kellen Pape. See, see, Joseph and to the guys here, I don't have any points to prove to anybody or try to convince you, but we know the truth. We ourselves know the truth. And if we want to tell ourselves the truth, we should tell ourselves the truth. Let us turn the table around. If Portugal had won the World Cup and Haaland had won a treble, let's be realistic with ourselves. Let's be realistic with ourselves. Nobody here, down to the host Joseph, will tell me that Haaland should win. Because Ronaldo and the Portugal team winning the World Cup is a big, big thing to achieve for a Portugal team. And Ronaldo at his age is not an everyday thing. If you name countries that can win the World Cup in the next 10 years, Portugal is not there. Portugal is not there. Ronaldo has not even scored in the knockout stage at the World Cup. So you talk about the Ballon d'Or losing its pedigree or credibility. In 2013, as you did mention, Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or. Let's look at the process of him winning the Ballon d'Or in 2013. The voting support ended in November and it was extended 2 weeks further. That season, Ronaldo did not win the league. He did not win the Champions League. He did not win any individual award. In case you forget, in 2013, Bayern Munich won the Champions League. Barcelona won the La Liga. Messi won the Golden Boot. Ribery, that you are saying, won five trophies that season. The FIFA Club champion. He won the league. He won the Champions League, and I think one domestic league. Ronaldo is not even supposed to finish top three in that year's Ballon d'Or. Messi finished second, individual award, club trophy that season. Ribery won the Champions League. Madrid did not win anything. Ronaldo did not even win any individual award that season. No highest goal scorer, no individual award, no impact play. But Ronaldo miraculously won the Ballon d'Or since 2013. And since then, we did not come here to talk about how the Ballon d'Or has lost its pedigree. But all of a sudden, fast forward to 2023, is now robbery because this guy won individual award. In case you don't know, this guy won individual award down to impact play and winning the most prestigious award when you come to ranking in football. The top one at his age with the Argentina team. And you are telling me he did not deserve it because somebody somewhere won the Champions League. Let's drop being a fans aside and realistically look at things the way they are. We will be here. We will see what Haaland will do when he's 36. We will be here. We will see the impact. what Haaland will do when he's 36. We should not deceive ourselves and shy away from the truth. At 36, person won the World Cup with an Argentina team that have not won the World Cup in how many years? The first game Argentina played was against Saudi Arabia. They lost. They won the World Cup. Argentina in PSG. Messi scored 20 assists, 20 goals. You are telling me that he doesn't deserve it. I don't understand. Why your favorite won a Balon d'Or when he could not even win one single individual award? Please, let's leave what we are talking about and face the fact. Messi deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. He deserves to win it. After they lost and were knocked out, that finals, is it even finals? Yeah, semi-finals. They were knocked out by Croatia, 2018. This guy retired and came back. We are telling me he didn't deserve it. How? What? At 23, or at 22 or 24, has Haaland achieved what Messi achieved? At 23, Messi was winning Ballon d'Or.
Joseph.
At 23, I rest my case.
All right, lovely, lovely. Uh, okay, I think everybody has raised like very good points, right? But so I'll start. Please pardon me, right? I'll start like a bit deeper in like football history. So, firstly, we know now Ballon d'Or wasn't. It was purely European, so we're not counting back. But I'd like to start from like '94,
Yeah.
right? 1994, Stoichkov from I think Bulgaria also won it that year, right? In I think he won the Champions League, and he came. They came third in the World Cup. He also won the bronze ball. The best player in the World Cup that year was Romario, right? But he was the one that won the Ballon d'Or. In '98 World Cup, Ronaldo won the Golden Ball, also won the Golden Boot. Zidane didn't win any of those things, but he won the World Cup and he got the Ballon d'Or. In 2002, Oliver Kahn won the Golden Ball, Ronaldo won Silver Ball and the Golden Boots, and also won the Ballon d'Or. 2006, Zidane won the Golden Ball. He didn't win the Ballon d'Or because of the red card in the final and the behavior. Fabio Cannavaro won the Silver Ball and won the Ballon d'Or. But 2006 is dicey because Buffon also got goalkeeper of the tournament, was the best player in Serie A, but because of Juventus issues, they couldn't give him the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, they
He
gave it
didn't
to
win it.
Cannavaro because of those. Now, this is where now it now became dicey, right? 2010. So let's follow. 2010, Diego Forlan wins Golden Ball. Thomas Muller wins Silver Ball. Thomas Muller. Snyder wins Silver Ball. David Villa wins Bronze, highest goal scorer, and the World Cup. But Schneider also won the treble and led Netherlands to the finals of the World Cup, which they were now soundly beaten, or a goal beaten by Spain. I remember extra time, Iniesta, mad goal,
Yes,
right?
yeah, yeah.
None of them won the Balon d'Or. It went to Lionel Messi, which he had just won off in 2009 and 2010. 2014, Messi was the best player in the World Cup. He won the Golden Ball. I think he was second in goals. Thomas Muller was the one who led Germany to the World Cup, but it was close. I think Klose was the highest in goals that year, if I don't remember particularly. But then the Ballon d'Or went to Cristiano Ronaldo. 2018, France won the World Cup.
It was Harry Kane. It was
Um,
Harry Kane.
who was the highest goal scorer 2018? I can't really
Uh,
remember in the World Cup. But look,
I think it's not Kellen Papi.
6 goals, right? 6 goals with Harry
Hurricane.
Kane.
Hurricane.
Yes, 6 goals with Harry Kane. Luka Modric was though the best player with the Golden Ball. Obviously, Hazard that year, 2018 was like Hazard carried that Belgium team and back, came third, silver ball. Griezmann won the bronze ball. Kylian Mbappe wasn't even in the shout, but he had speed and impact. But it was Luka Modric. Also, Luka Modric that year, 2018, won the Champions League. right? And then 2022, we know the story, Messi all the way. Now, my first point is that there's it's not consistent with that once you win the World Cup, you have to win the Ballon d'Or, right? It's there, it's so inconsistent for so long. That's the first one. Now, I
World Cup.
agree totally with Kathleen when you
World Cup.
say Ballon d'Or is the most prestigious award. Like, it's the first. The pressure of those 7 games. Yeah, the World Cup. Sorry, the World Cup. I agree that the World Cup is the most prestigious award. The pressure of those 7 games is very true. Comes every 4 years. You know, you only have one chance. Some players play max 3 World Cups, and they know their chances are done. Messi and Ronaldo were lucky to play 5, but it is difficult to play at that level. But it doesn't necessarily mean if you win it, you're going to win the Ballon d'Or. Now, I also agree with.
Nobody
Hold on
said
now. I
so.
also agree with Kasim, where it is rigged, it is biased, it's not pure. So Johan Cruyff said something which is a bunch of people voting for people they like, right? We'll bring 2010, where I'm going to remove. I'm a Ronaldo fan, but I'm going to remove Ballon d'Ors from Ronaldo and Messi. 2010, for me, belonged to Schneider. People will say, well, maybe Iniesta, Xavi, but for me, it was Schneider. He was out, amazing. I remember it vividly. 2013, that was Ribery. It wasn't
Ribery.
Ronaldo. Because
Mm.
what happened, it was Ribery. Because what happened was, I remember us having that debate so heavily that it was because Ronaldo was final, one. Messi, there was voters fatigue with Messi, two. And then three, Ribery didn't just have the charisma, so people didn't really want to vote for him. But it was Ribery's, right? 2014, it was a bit dicey. Messi had a shout because he was the best player in the World Cup. Thomas Muller had a shout. Neuer had a shout because they had just won the World Cup and won their league. Ronaldo had won the Champions League. So it was like, who do we give? Who do we give? Let's give it to Ronaldo. For me, you could have given it to Neuer, you could have given it to Muller. But it's not just necessarily because of the World Cup, because I remember Neuer was the best at the time. 2014 was clean. 2015, sure, Messi. 2016, Ronaldo won Euros and won the Champions League. All right, give it to him. 2017, again, Champions League, Ronaldo was on fire, scored lots of goals. 2018, now again, this is where I call the validity of the Ballon d'Or voting, because I personally feel it was Perez punishing Ronaldo for not signing that contract. Now, what do I mean? Modric had a great World Cup, right? He beat teams that nobody expected him to beat. He was tireless. He made it to the final.
An unbelievable
Fantastic.
World Cup.
I
That is the
agree.
word
I
you
agree.
use. It's unbelievable. Nobody saw Croatia going to the finals of the
And
World
I
Cup.
agree. I agree. And for that, he deserved a very good shout, right? Ronaldo had also carried Portugal. I think he has scored 4 goals in the World Cup. The draw against Spain and one other goal carried them single-handedly to, I think it was Uruguay that now beat them out of the competition that year. But Ronaldo had also carried Real Madrid to their the three-peat of Champions League, right? He was the best player that year. Modric controlled that midfield with Casemiro and Cruz. Ronaldo was the focal point. He was scoring. Like, for every goal he scored, he carried us through the Champions League. And in the final, he was just he had already had the issue with Perez, so he already knew he was leaving. So he didn't put his heart and soul. And it was that time where Liverpool were hyped, right? For me, 2018 was Ronaldo's, right? But the Perez wasn't going to let him have it. Even there was a time Ramos came out and said that, no, one of the journalists came out and said that Ramos was already lobbying him to vote for him because it was a very open case since Ronaldo had just gone moved to Juventus, right? So that was 2018 for Ronaldo. 2019 was Van Dijk's year. Van Dijk was the best player. Nobody dribbled past him. They won the Champions League. They pushed Man City to the end. That was Van Dijk's year. You get, but well, a defender had not won it in a long time. They gave it to Messi again. 2020, no Ballon d'Or. 2021 was Lewandowski. Still don't know how Messi won it, right? That was Lewandowski. Then 2020.
No, no. Let's go back to that on how Messi won the Ballon d'Or where Lewandowski is, and people are not understanding. And I'm shocked. COVID happened when they were supposed to give Lewandowski his own Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, but
Do you understand? So there was
the
no
next
ceremony
season,
for that. So following the next year, Messi was performing. You are forgetting that
Lewandowski
Ballon
scored
d'Or
sixty-nine
is not just
goals.
about your club or your country. It's an individual. An individual
I agree.
assessment award. How impactful an individual
I
been in
agree.
the whole team. That was what
But he
happened to
had
Lewandowski.
69
And that
goals.
was
He
why
broke
that
Jared
award was
Muller's
created.
goal scoring.
That is why that award was created. It's
All
not just
right.
about the goals. If you see what happened to Haaland yesterday, the award I was given to Haaland yesterday as well, is that if you are being a goal scorer, is different from you being an impact player or the best individual player in a
Okay.
calendar year. They are
All
two
right.
different things
Sure. Okay.
entirely.
So if you want to battle Lewandowski's on, fine and good. I can say you can argue. I'm not saying Messi is not the best player that we've ever seen, right? Even with these things that I've just mentioned, you see that Messi still outshines someone like Ronaldo. So maybe like for me, it's 5-4, right? Messi on five, Ronaldo on four. Now, coming down to this particular season, with all I've said, coming down to this particular season, I'm trying to show you that the World Cup in itself is not the sole determinant for a player winning the Ballon d'Or. Now, Haaland, if you're going to rate the leagues and add the World Cup, I think World Cup is number one, right? I'm not talking about matches, just the competition itself. World Cup is number one. Number two will be the Champions League, UEFA Champions League. Number three, correct me if I'm wrong, will be the English Premier League, right? I don't know where the FA ranks. I think the FA will rank outside the maybe top 10, maybe 11th, 12th, because it's a competition that includes other tiers of a country's football hierarchy. But it's not be like top 10 because even I feel like French league will be tougher than the FA, right? But he dominated the second and the third in both goal scoring, right? He may not have the highest assists because he's not a creator, but without his goals, right, without his presence, Man City do not win the Champions League. Man City do not win the Premier League. I know they've won it back to back, but
Have
wait
they
now,
not
hold
won
on,
it
hold on.
before? Have
Exactly,
they
let me
not won the
explain that
Premier
point.
League
That
before?
point is delicate because they've won it back to back, but he comes in and he changes the dynamic of that team in that there is a focal point now. We all know Sergio Aguero had fallen off. Jesus was not just him. Yeah,
And they still
I
won the
agree.
league.
Jesus was not just him, right? It wasn't just that player. Sterling was wasting chances, right? And this team now found a way to, okay, we'll adjust. But every time you think, even till now, every time you want to mark someone like Holland, you need at least one and a half player. I'm not saying two, at least one and a half. Meaning you are down on one end. And then these guys, now the spaces now are there. Haaland pushes your back line further deeper into your own half. So we're talking about at least to your penalty box, right? And that is what his presence does. That's why Rodri can find the space just outside the box to shoot that fine ball at the end of the Champions League because Haaland had pushed that defense so far behind that Onana couldn't see that ball coming, right? So to now say, okay,
Was Haaland the best player in the
yeah, he was best
Champions
player in
League
the
last
Champions League.
season?
He had 12 goals in 11 games. Do you get? And he didn't score in the semi-finals and the finals. But his presence alone allowed other players to perform. Rodri was banging in goals at the tail end of the distance, like two goals in the last three games.
You would have just said
No,
Alvarez. I would have agreed.
so hold on, and then you guys see Haaland did all of this, right? Now this is where I now also come back to the fact that the Ballon d'Or isn't as nice, or I would say isn't as favorable to the rest of the world. Guardiola says this thing where Messi should have his own Ballon d'Or because by eyesight, by looking at it, you know this is the greatest player that has played. I don't doubt it. Ronaldo is my favorite player. But I will tell you as a Ronaldo fan, Omo, Messi just did things that made me say, Omo, this guy is good. I had to accept the truth. Do you get? But in a year where someone has performed, if you say you want to give Messi as a Messi parade, you know he won the World Cup, let's just give him. That's a different argument. Yeah, hold on now.
Mm-mm. You are saying the World Cup as if the
No,
World
no,
Cup
no, no,
is
no.
an
World Cup is
athlete.
the greatest.
See, Haaland
He
should go
can't,
and
he
carry
can't because
Norway.
it's Norway.
Haaland should carry
Now,
Norway
even
to
in
the
the same World
finals
Cup,
of the
Argentina,
World Cup.
Messi.
When Haaland carries Norway
Messi
to the
scored
finals
five
of the World Cup, he
penalties.
can win the Ballon d'Or.
Messi scored five penalties in that World Cup. It's not easy to convert a penalty, don't get me wrong. But he scored five.
How many penalties?
He scored
What are
five.
you saying? What are you saying? How many penalties did Mbappe scored?
I'm not comparing
Mbappe
him to
scored like four or
Mbappe.
three
Notice I don't
penalties
put
at the World
Mbappe in
Cup.
the question.
So what's the difference?
Mbappe for me,
Uh-huh.
I
Haaland was not
agree
even at the
because
World
his
Cup.
team, you can't blame someone like him because his team isn't.
Haaland was not at the World Cup, so I can't have the argument with Haaland. I have to have the argument with the player that was close to who had the highest goal scored. Who was the highest goal scorer at the World Cup, which is
Okay,
Mbappe.
let me let
That's the
me
person I
let,
can
let me
have, and
put it
Mbappe
like
is the
this.
person that
Let me
scored
put it
four
like this.
penalties.
Messi is undoubtedly the
Mm.
best player in the World Cup, right? If you put Haaland, if you put
And in
Haaland,
PSG, and
no
in
problem.
PSG,
If you put
he was the
Haaland
best
Bro,
player.
in
that's if.
France, does Messi come out with that World Cup?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Haaland in
Does
France,
Messi come out with that World Cup? Yes.
in France, Messi
Ah,
will
come
win
on.
the World Cup.
Come on now. Come on.
The
Come on.
Argentina team, you don't even know how Argentina team wanted to win the
There's no
World Cup.
player
What are
in
you saying?
Argentine defense that can handle Erling Braut Haaland. There's no player
Uh-uh.
physically,
Mm-mm.
technically. Come on now.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
Bro, don't even go far, sef. Don't
Oh,
even go
come on.
far.
Come on.
If
France
Benzema,
having
if Benzema
See,
Holland.
was fully
Holland born in
fit
a different
and Benzema was
nationality.
in that
see,
World Cup,
see.
France would have lifted that
Thank
World
you.
Cup. If
Which
Benzema was
Benzema?
fully fit,
Which Benzema?
just so you know,
But
just so you know,
Kasim, you don't even
France
have
lacked a proper
you don't
striker
even have
in that team in World Cup.
you don't. A player that had
Imagine play,
is Benzema better in the
imagine
France team
depending on
than
Kolo
they play
than
two
Mbappe?
different
Muani as a
positions.
striker. Imagine playing a Kolo Muani in the final.
See,
I'm not
You
saying
are
he's not
putting a
good, but
Erling Braut
in
Haaland
the
in
let me
ah
tell
France
you,
God.
team
let me tell you, let me tell
2022
you,
World Cup.
let me tell you. When you talk about the France team, when you talk about the France team, when you
I'm
talk about
listening
the
to you.
France team, you talk about Kellen Mbappe, whether there's Benzema or not. Benzema just returned to the France team, and he has not even really settled in. You can't tell me a Benzema and a Mbappe. Mbappe will score more goals than Benzema in the
We are
France
Possibly,
not
team.
but
talking about
That is
we are
no,
not
no,
fact.
no.
talking about moving
Possibly,
Mbappe.
That is
possibly,
fact.
but
Mbappe
there's
and
something
Neymar,
about that
if Mbappe
presence.
and Benzema can play together, we're not talking about removing Mbappe and replacing him with Benzema. No,
See, when
that is
it's a
not the
team
point we
to
are
win a
making.
World Cup, anybody can win the World Cup. The funniest thing about this is that it's so sad that people think there's an argument here. There's no argument here. And there's not even something that I will sit down and be talking about. That's why I am so pained that when you go on, you see, it's so, I don't want to use some words, but I see that somebody tell me that the whole World Cup was rigged for Messi to win. And I look at you and look at how that sounds in your ear.
I'm not going with that
That they will
argument. That's
invite
conspiracy
close to
theories.
how
We're going
many
to leave
countries?
conspiracies out.
No, it is a tale. It is a tale. That's where it started from. That the World Cup was rigged. That's how this was rigged. See, before they rig something, you have to qualify for some things first.
All right.
For Messi to have qualified to be in that category, says that means he did something in that
All
calendar
right.
year. That is something I'm telling you. When you rig something is when somebody did not qualify, like 2013, that Ronaldo did not qualify for
And
anything
like I said, that
and he
didn't
went to
belong to
win it. That
Ronaldo.
is rigging. No, don't say it. What I am saying here is that if you say this one was rigged, they have been rigging the Ballon d'Or from that 2013 that Messi won that
They
Ballon
have
d'Or.
been rigging the Ballon d'Or
That
ever
was
since, not even
that Ronaldo
2013.
won that Ballon
Not
d'Or
even 2013. They've been
from
rigging the Ballon d'Or
2013.
ever since,
No, leave the
ever
other ones
since.
that
No,
were
we can't
rigging.
leave
You
it
didn't
out.
get
No,
what
we can't
I'm
leave it
saying.
out.
The other
No,
ones that they were rigging, that you say it was being rigged, is not being rigged because some people qualified and fell into
2010.
that category. So they have to choose
2010.
between those people. Let me finish now. They have to choose
Messi didn't
between
score.
those
Messi scored, I
people
think, only one goal in that
individual
World Cup in
award.
2010. Right?
Go and check the categories of or what makes you qualify for you to win the Ballon d'Or. It's not just about the World Cup. As I did say, individual performance, individual award, plus your team and national. So there must be something there you have done. It's either you win the Golden Boot, you've won the Champions League, or your performance at the World Cup. When we talk about the World Cup will always stand out because it is the most prestigious in football. That was what I was trying to get. And what I'm talking about rigging, that there are two different words that people use or throw around. When you say something is being rigged, is when someone did not even qualify for it at all and make it into that category. But when somebody is qualified but is not among the best in the qualification, that is when you said something went wrong. So, but when something was rigged, is this guy did not qualify, no individual award, no golden boot, no league, no national this thing. How did he enter the category to even be nominated in the first place? Not to talk of winning it. That is that one is called rigging of election. And it was supposed to end on November. They extended it 2 weeks to December. That is clear rigging. That means from 2013, the Balon d'Or has lost its pedigree or
I'm
credibility.
of the I'm
If
of
you
the
want to tell
notion
me
though
that,
that the Ballon d'Or is not a clean. It's not clean. It's not, like you said. It just lost its pedigree, and it's not just since 2013. I think since further back. Do you get? It is people. It is based on bias. It's not based on any particular metric. Now, saying Messi rigged the World Cup or they rigged the World Cup for Messi, I'm not going to enter that matter. That is a different kettle of fish. I do think he won the World Cup. He won the World Cup. Is Messi FIFA and UEFA's favorite over players that played, especially in the 2010s? Yes, it has been shown by different facts. By Sam Blatter, for example, making a mockery of Ronaldo and saying Messi was a good boy and all of that. Where Ronaldo scores the next game and the celebration is that, yes, I am that military person. I will chase it. Right? This was a thick part of the rivalry. Right? But Messi won the World Cup. Messi got it. The award that has eluded him for so long that he has tried. Maradona coached everybody. 2014, he made it to the final. Higuain threw it away. Higuain literally threw that man's World Cup away.
okay,
Do you get? And this award would have won a long time ago,
okay.
right? But you see the Ballon d'Or for this year. I personally think it was a let's celebrate Messi for all he has done in football. And here you go. Do you understand? This is what it is.
You know that this year's World Cup was realistically the last World Cup for
Yes.
Ronaldo and Messi.
Yes.
Do you know that? That is why I said that if Portugal had won the World Cup, whether Ronaldo was playing in
They would
Saudi
have given
Arabia
this is what I will tell
or
you.
not, if Portugal have won the World Cup with
They,
Ronaldo, 38 year
they
old
would have given
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo
he
they would
would
have
have
given
won the
Ronaldo the
Ballon
Ballon
d'Or.
d'Or, right? Hold on.
Because,
But it would have still
as I
been
did
wrong.
say,
It would have still been
yes,
wrong.
that is
It
no, it
will
wouldn't
because
have been wrong. Because as me and you know,
it's more
okay,
this Ballon d'Or. Okay, do you remember when they
see,
gave Pele
it's like
the
saying going to
honorary Ballon
it's
d'Or?
like going to the World Cup. Spain,
Wait, hold on.
Spain, Brazil, Brazil, France, England are always favourite to win the World
Germany
Cup because of the squad and the in-depth and the history they
and
have.
Germany.
Teams like Poland, Norway, Portugal, leave them, they are part of those categories. Nigeria, the whole of Africa. If an African player or an African nation like Senegal had won the World Cup, Mane will win the World Cup, especially if he had an impact play. See, there are people who put category as favorites, whether or not they are there, they are favorites. Now you look at the fact that you said Haaland. Now let me clear you. You say Haaland made an impact in the Man City team when he came in. I will put it to you. What they did with what Man City achieved this season that just concluded, they have been doing it for the past years without Haaland. Haaland did not score in the final and the semi-finals. Man City have gone to the finals of the Champions League
Yeah,
before Haaland came. Man City have won the
and I
Premier
explained to
League
you
back
what
to back.
Haaland did in
Man
that
City have
final.
won the
That looks
FA
like
Cup
he didn't do
before.
much.
No, he didn't do
He,
anything. He not
because
score
he
goal.
didn't
He not
score
do
doesn't mean
anything.
his impact
Julian
wasn't
Alvarez
felt.
was the even best player. No, Julian Alvarez was Man City's
Yes, sir.
best player in that game.
But it was
Sorry?
Rodri that scored the goal.
Julian Alvarez.
Yeah.
No, in the semi-finals, who
Rodri
was
scored too in the
there?
semi-finals.
He didn't start the game. No, Alvarez. He
Yeah,
didn't start the
he didn't
game.
start the game.
In the finals, he didn't start the
All
game.
right.
He came off
So
the bench and I got an assist. If I
okay,
if
so
I
we're
if
running
I'm
out
not
of time, but
mistaken.
I'll give you one more pointer, right? Kati, remember you know how we're playing football, right? On Saturdays. When we're playing football on Saturdays, I need you to look at this thing, right? When Katelem is a very skillful player, right? He's very direct. He'll take you on. If you're not careful, Baba will sit you.
Katelem is
No,
a
no, he's a
striker.
winger. He's a very like see,
The best striker
Katelem
in
will
the
beat
world.
you, and if you don't take time, he'll put you on your ass, but now when
So
Katelem is doing all of that, it takes more than one defender to stop him because you know how dangerous he is. But now Katelem and our producer EDK playing when they play in the same team, what that does is that it drags players away from EDK in that moment. So let's say you now say, you know what, EDK is also a danger player because of his one-time shooting, right? We'll put one player on him. Now two players have already been dragged away by Katelem. Someone like me now that is just floating around. Katelem drops that ball for me. I'm clear on site to shoot because the space has now opened up for me. It's the same thing someone like
Mm.
Haaland does, where you cannot put one person, you will sleep. And the moment you sleep and that boy goes, he tries, like, see what this guy said, Gary Lineker yesterday or during the Ballon d'Or ceremony. He said, um, game is a game of probability, and Haaland is always increasing his chances. He's always making those runs. He's always putting in that work. So that in case that ball comes, he's there. Do you get? That presence, it's disturbing for a defender. You have to be awake 90 minutes and it is a freaking nightmare.
So we should be awarding people
No.
because of
I'm saying
presence.
in those games that you say he did not score,
They play.
he did have high value, right? Because someone
They don't record that as
yeah, no, no,
statistics.
no, no.
They
I
don't
agree.
record that. They record your goals and
Exactly,
yeah,
but he
assists.
also has
see,
goals and assists, and it's
They
because he
don't.
has
He
those
don't.
goals
He
and
doesn't
assists,
win you
he's
Ballon
such a
d'Or.
danger that defenders will say, you know what, two players stop him. That's why you can see him. And if you look at
He was not an impact at the finals of Man City's game. If it was left for that thing he was doing, Man City would have lost the Champions League. That would not change
they
the
have not
please
won the
can I
scoreline.
ask a
Champions League
question?
because
He
the
did not
same
ensure
problem.
that
Please
Rodri
can
got
I
the goal.
please sir, can I ask a
He did
question?
not. He's not. He's not
Okay.
KDB. He's not KDB.
Can
His
I
role
can I
is
ask
to
a
bang in
question?
goals. He's not to have two defenders by
Okay,
your
okay,
side.
no problem. Kasim, you want to say something before we end?
Can I, yeah, yeah. I want to ask Kali a question. In her submission so far, she mentioned that one of the requirements or one of the yardsticks for players to win a Ballon d'Or is the player's individual performance, right? I want to know if a player performs real well overall and his club didn't win any trophy, so to say, neither does his country, but the individual performance is at its peak. Do you think that player warrants a Ballon d'Or?
Now, let me tell you, this is where you contradict yourself.
I asked the
A
question. I
player
just asked the question.
cannot be very that's the question now.
Okay.
A player cannot be very impressful and not win an individual award. Either a golden boot, the best player, or best goalkeeper, or highest clean
I
sheet.
didn't talk about.
You cannot tell me you
See
must win
what I'm
something. If your
saying.
club does not win the league
You
or
can
the
win
World
an
Cup,
individual award, but your club didn't win anything. That was the question. That's what me I'm saying.
that is what I am telling you.
Now
There are individual awards you
can
can
such
win. You
player
must win it
can
to be in that
can
category.
such as in can such player win the Ballon d'Or?
Yes,
Oh,
they will win the Ballon d'Or.
okay, Uche, Joe,
They will win
Joseph,
it. Now let me give you
Joseph,
an
please, I want
point.
you to
Let
help
me give you
me
an example.
quickly go to
Now let me give you
Kalista,
an
2013.
just hold
example.
on.
Quickly go to
In
Please hold on first.
2018,
2013.
Kalista,
in
please 1 second.
2018, in 2018, in 2018, Kellen Mbappe won the World Cup as the youngest player. He was the second youngest player to score at the World Cup.
Joseph,
He won a league title
Joseph,
that
please, I want you
season,
to help me do something.
only ahead of somebody.
Just let me go to your browser and let me look at the statistic of Cristiano Ronaldo in 2013 that we said Barry deserves that award. Look at the
Who?
appearance. No, I'm asking Uche, please, with your phone, Joseph. Go through your phone now. Go through your statistic. How many goals did Ronaldo score for Real Madrid in 2013, and what was the appearance
I think
for
he
club and
scored
country? And tell me,
Did he
he
win the
scored
Golden Boot?
please, I'm listening.
Did
69.
he win Golden Boot?
In 2013,
Did he win
I
Golden Boot?
think. Let me
He
check.
didn't
Let
win
me be
Golden
sure.
Boot
in,
now.
in, in 2013,
He
who
didn't
won the
win.
Golden Boot in La Liga that
He
season,
didn't win
please?
Golden Boot. No, he didn't win
Hold on,
it.
let me check to
I'm
be
asking the
sure.
question. Please let me go through it. Just let me go through it, please. I just want to be
Messi
sure.
won the Golden Boot, won the league that season.
I just want to be sure.
Messi won the league.
Okay. Okay. Ronaldo scored.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
All right, Ronaldo scored 69 goals, 15 assists in 59 appearances.
Okay.
He scored 10 goals and 1 assist for the country in 9 appearances.
Okay.
Right? That's what he had. Okay, no, everything
Okay.
combined. Sorry. Everything combined. He has 69 goals, 15 assists. Right? That's what he
Okay.
had. Champions League, he
In
had 15
20.
goals, 2 assists in 11 appearances.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
But total, he had 69 goals.
2013, Ronaldo won the this thing. The what's it? The Golden Boot with 31 goals. 31 goals. Messi won the league. He won the what's it? Copa waiting that they call that TV self. Is it Copa del Rey? He won the Copa del Rey that season. He did not win the Copa del Rey that season. Ribery won 5 awards. 5 awards, Kasim. If you want to have an argument, Kasim, listen. If you want to, which individual performance? So I should give Ronaldo the Ballon d'Or for scoring 31 goals ahead of somebody that won five this thing, major this thing. Kasim, bring better this thing. You did not bring a point because only one individual award is not enough when your mates are winning five individual award. I am not being biased. You are the one that is very biased towards Messi and not appreciating what Messi has done in the World Cup and trying to even bring the conversation of Haaland there. I am not being biased. You are being the one being biased. As I said, if Ronaldo had won the World Cup with Portugal, you will not sit down here and tell me somebody want one rubbish this thing that they should give him this thing. Let's be honest with ourselves. If Portugal had won the World Cup, you will come here and tell me that Haaland should win the Balon d'Or when this thing. When Mbappe win Ballon d'Or at 19, at 19, World Cup at 19, second youngest this thing, they no give am, they go give Modric. You know rig. Now all of a sudden he rig. I beg. Let's see, tell ourselves the truth. Infinity for life. Infinity for life. Infinity for life. Messi, infinity. Messi, Messi,
all right.
Messi.
Infinity for life. All right. Okay, so this was amazing. I swear, thank you guys for the energy, and to our lovely fans and audience. I hope like this we've been able to convince you and not confuse you. And if you want to continue this conversation, you can hit us up in on social media at Off the Game Pod, on Instagram, X, and TikTok, and also you can join our WhatsApp community. You get where the banter never stops, and you can have your heart's content with Callister and Kasim and tell them, you know what, you are wrong. 2013, 2018, 1990s, 1900 service, 1930 when the World Cup started, that person's supposed to win. Right? If you also want to be quiet like Katelem, sure, why not? Pick your poison. All right. Also, catch us up on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, at Of the Game Podcast, and catch our